Hey everybody, welcome back to the Manny and Sean Experience. My name is Manny.
And I'm Sean.
And on this week's episode, we have crossed the 60 episode mile marker, and we're going to bring you Manny's 40th voyage aboard Virgin Voyages.
He's the birthday king.
Yes, notice my beautiful crown that was awarded to me on Virgin Voyages. And we decided to, instead of giving a full review, we're going to answer your question and answer. Wait, we're going to answer your questions that you submitted about Virgin Voyages. Stick around, stay tuned.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Manny and Sean Experience. As Manny said in the intro, we're going to tell you all about our vacation and answer your questions. But first, how are you doing?
Well, first, let's ask everybody out there. How is everybody doing out there? How are you doing? Are you checking in with yourself? Are you rewarding yourself? Celebrating your small victories?
I hope you answered that well.
Absolutely. You always have to take a minute, right? I'm doing great. Happy to be recording. Our last episode was a re-release of our highly popular Virgin Voyages podcast, Spilling the Tea. So go back and listen to it, if you needed a refresh, and then come back and listen to this one. I don't know. How are you, sir?
I'm fabulous.
I'm glad. Well, he's fabulous. And if anybody wondered again, this is my crown provided to me on my birthday, and I shall wear it forever because I am now a birthday king, as my sash says. Is that what it is?
It does, that's what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says. Anyways, we hope everyone's doing well. We thank you for coming back. Welcome to our new subscribers. Welcome back to our OGs. We are happy to have you with us. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe, follow, all those things. MASXP23.
Yes, don't forget to do all of those things.
And with that, we'll jump into the mixtape.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
You're in the mix.
Welcome back. We are now in the mixtape, and we are going to talk about Manny's 40th birthday cruise, which we took aboard the Scarlet Lady. We left last Friday to go to Orlando. We took Amtrak on Saturday to get to Miami, and that was an experience, which we will talk about a little bit, but we are making a vlog all about Amtrak versus Brightline. We took Brightline back from Miami to Orlando, so we got to experience both, and we'll be telling you all about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So where shall we start with the 40th birthday?
I guess where I said we took Amtrak for the first time because we did not want to drive to Miami. We had done that 3 times last year.
Yeah.
So we were over it.
Four technically.
In the beginning, we were going to take Brightline, both going and coming. But ticket prices is a thing. And so Amtrak wound up being cheaper for us to take. They offer you free bags, which is great. And the ticket price was pretty sweet. I think it was $36-38 a person.
So under $100.
Yeah, altogether. It was fun. It was my first time riding on Amtrak. It was the first time riding on a real train, I guess.
The Magic Kingdom doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count. It was fun. It was comfortable, more comfortable than I thought, quieter than I thought. The speed for Amtrak was slower than I thought.
Yeah, it consistently stops. It's like you're in Winter Park. Now you're in Orlando, 5 minutes down. You know what? You could have just gotten off in Orlando. You don't need to stop in Winter Park.
Yeah.
That's Amtrak not.
And on top of that, the train was delayed.
It was delayed for the beautiful storms in New York. The upper north, I guess, winter storms.
But eventually we got to Miami. We got a hotel for the night, and then the next day it was time to board the beautiful Scarlet Lady.
Yeah. A fun time was had from embarkation to debarkation.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to spend too much time divulging into it because we're gonna have this is like a visual experience.
It is, but we can still.
Sure, yeah, we can still talk about it. I want to encourage you to visit our YouTube page as these come out because you're going to see Manny dancing in public spaces, and he has no recollection of doing such things.
Yeah.
Let's just say from the moment this was probably the most drinking I've done in a very long time. And Virgin wasn't helping because they give away free champagne at embarkation. Can you imagine if they did that at debarkation?
Yeah, you're getting off the ship. Here's a glass of champagne. I mean, sure.
Thanks for joining. Here's a glass. Oh, they would just do it with orange juice.
So we have a mimosa.
It's in the morning, so you'd have a mimosa.
That'd be cute.
Take note, Virgin. No, I'm just kidding.
This was special because usually when we travel on a cruise, it is usually just me, him, and then either his sister and her husband or them plus his parents when we cruise.
So you're saying they're not special?
No, I'm not saying they're not special. I'm just saying that is the norm for us.
I'm just fucking with you.
But this time we had friends that came along. There were 11 of us all together.
From near and far.
And it was great to experience Virgin through their eyes because this was their first time on the cruise, on Virgin. And we hype it up and talk about it so much.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, shit, I hope these people like this.
Right. And everybody had a great time. Everybody has bought a future voyage credit.
Yeah.
Which really speaks to how much they enjoyed the cruise and the Virgin experience because it is an experience.
Mm-hmm. It's an experience for sure.
But yeah, I was happy to have all of our friends come together and some of them that have never met each other before and everybody get along and gel. And it was a good time.
Yeah. Pardon me, I'm going to take this off because it's hitting my microphone. And I can't imagine what kind of sounds that's going to provide. But you got to see my birthday set. Okay? Again, you'll see it on YouTube.
Do you want to move into the questions now or do you want to talk any more about?
Was there any highlights of this birthday voyage? For me, the highlight was just hanging out with everybody. I asked the question, then I answered it. You're selfish. What for me was definitely getting to have so many people there to celebrate my birthday. But from the beginning, I wanted to make sure they knew this was their vacation. The catalyst was me, of course. But I wanted them to enjoy the vacation. And it was, for me, the highlight was really just seeing everybody have fun. Believe it or not. It's not about me. Crazy. But it was fun. It was fun. Virgin is Virgin. Like I think we're reformed. But I'll go back to that question. Okay. What was the highlight for you?
The highlight for me, I guess, is the same. Like I said, just having our friends there, especially some of the ones that we have not seen in quite some time. The ones that have moved away from here and, we don't see them as often. And just, again, getting to hang out with them, getting to enjoy this experience with them and seeing them do some of the things that we've done countless times for the first time. And then still seeing that joy, that spark, that, oh, this is different. Oh, I like this. Oh, this vibe. Seeing all of that through somebody who hasn't experienced it yet, that was my highlight.
And I have to thank my sister, her husband, and Sean. They got me a private cabana in Bimini, which was great. And we shared it with all our friends. I think everybody enjoyed having a confirmed chair to sit.
Yes.
And bar service. Hello.
Yes.
So that was, I appreciate that gift. It was very, very cute. At first, I was confused. I'm like, where the hell are we going? Like, I've been on this island twice. I know where to go. We don't usually go this way. But it was a cute surprise. And thank y'all. That was very sweet of you.
Yay. I'm glad you liked the surprise.
So we'll go into the questions you submitted, which I think will bring out things that happened on the voyage.
Sure.
Instead of just us talking to you about said voyage. Am I not talking loud enough?
No, you are. I switched that over.
Oh, well, I can't see that. So I'm going to use my phone. So thank you to everyone who submitted a question. I am keeping them anonymous. I just unfortunately did not have time to go around and ask if you were okay with me putting your name, well, blah, blah, blah. So we just went anonymous here. So thank you for submitting your questions.
No.
The first question that was asked was, what sets Virgin Voyages apart from other cruise lines you have traveled on?
Number one, and it's a big one for some people, no kids.
Snap.
We've been on Royal, we've been on Carnival. Of course, those are more family-oriented cruise lines. So it's bring you, your grandma, your grandpa, your grandkids, your neighbor's kids, and
okay, we got it.
It's all of that. And then for me, the other thing is just the vibe of Virgin, and that is very hard to describe. I will say that it is a place where I feel like a lot of people feel safe to express themselves and be themselves without risk of judgment from other sailors. Yeah. How about you?
I guess I can agree with, well, not guess. I agree with what you're saying. A lot of people ask us a lot of people do ask us that question, or in some way or form, they ask that question. And it truly is the most difficult thing for me to explain because it all leads back to the word, it's a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You walk on and there's just such peacefulness of no children running around. And it just feels like a laid back resort with no kids on water.
Mm-hmm.
And like he said, they definitely set the tone for a safe space. Whether you are gay, straight, bi, trans, I said straight, right?
Yes.
Straight friends are welcome too. But they do it in such a way that it's just welcoming and it creates like a space that is just natural to be who you are and not feel like you may need to be recluse of who you are. Because I think we've talked about this before. I kind of feel like I have to be a little bit more recluse. Is that a word? Recluse?
I think reserved, I think, is probably the word you're searching for.
Yeah, but is recluse the word?
Recluse is a word.
Okay, so I'm just using it incorrectly.
It's like, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So I feel like I usually have to be a little bit more reserved on Carnival in terms of, just not being a little too, I don't know, gay, I guess. I'm not overly gay, but, I try to act a little more macho because I don't want, anybody who feels uncomfortable that coming up to me and saying shit because I don't want to start something that, may end badly.
But I feel like, to your point, on Virgin, it's like the complete opposite of that. Not that you're being extremely gay, you're just being yourself.
Right.
And it is very much if you're homophobic, if you are full of toxic masculinity, if you are like any of those things, this cruise line probably isn't for you because they're very accepting of all different walks of life. And that you will see that reflected not only in the passengers, but also in the crew.
Yeah.
So
that's a big one.
That's a big one.
Because the cruise industry is pretty directive with their crew and who they hire. Is not to say there aren't people of different walks of lives in those crews, but Virgin honors, respects, and allows you to live your authentic self as a crew member, which is what I think is the draw for so many people. It's just a feeling you don't. I seriously cannot explain it. We've had countless people ask, and I feel like when they come back, they're kind of like, "Yeah, we now get what you meant."
Right. It is something. It is definitely something that you have to experience. It's hard to put into words what that vibe is. It's just like when you get there and you'll know it. I mean, I feel like a lot of our friends on the first night at Sail Away already were getting this vibe.
Yeah, they understood it.
They
I
understood.
mean, it starts from the moment you arrive to the terminal. I'm like, the port official, the baggage people, they don't work for Virgin.
Right.
They work for a separate company. They are the same people that work across all cruise lines.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they handpick them for Virgin, but even they are in that vibe sense. Like from the moment you open the door at the Terminal V in Miami, which is Virgin's terminal, it is just vibe. The colors they use in the terminal, it just, I don't know what it is. You have to experience it for yourself.
Yes.
The question was, what sets Virgin apart from other cruise lines?
And that's it. To me, it's just that. It is the vibe. It is the ability to be yourself. It's also the ability or the fact that you're on this ship with other grown adults. And, most people have a bar tab. Most people are drinking. But I've never experienced anybody being super stupid drunk. I've never experienced any fighting, any yelling, any shouting, anybody being rude. Everybody is chill and everybody is hanging out and having a good time.
Yeah. Again, unexplainable. And I think as we've watched other YouTube creators try to explain the same question, they're kind of at the sense of you have to get on.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Like one of our favorites, Vacation Vibe YouTuber, same way she explained, it is a vibe. You have to get on to understand the vibe.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on because we could stay on this.
We could be out for 45 minutes.
Right.
You want to read a second? I can't see.
Tell me about the food. Again, this is a subject that we could go on forever on, but we won't. We will try not to.
Yeah.
So Virgin offers a few specialty restaurants. All of these restaurants are included in your fare. So you do not have to pay extra for them like you do on other cruise lines.
Yep. So you have Pink Agave, which is your upscale Mexican cuisine.
You have Gunbei, which is Korean barbecue.
You have Extra Virgin, which is their Italian restaurant.
You have Razzle Dazzle, which is their vegan restaurant. Vegan, vegetarian, but you can also get meat there on their naughty list.
Yeah.
Or naughty menu.
I call it more like a retro but current diner feel approach.
Okay. And then there's an actual diner in the galley.
Wait, we forgot the Wake.
Oh, the Wake is the steak seafood house. You can also do brunch there and brunch at Razzle Dazzle. Then you have the galley, which offers a variety of different food. On other cruise lines, this is probably where you would consider the buffet, except the galley is not a buffet. Yeah. It is a sit down. You have a barcode, a couple of barcodes that you scan for either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And someone will come and take your order. And you can order from several different places. Yeah,
they have a little Mexican kiosk there as well. So it's like tacos, depending on what they're serving. They have a
sandwich,
salad. They also have a bento box section with sushi. Mm-hmm. In the morning, I think it's all fruit, but as it transitioned, it becomes sushi. There is, what is that Gia kept eating?
Ramen.
They have a ramen place as well. They all open at different hours and different times, and they operate differently. Did we say the diner?
In the diner.
The
diner is 24 hours.
The diner is the only thing that's 24 hours on board Virgin Voyages. One thing we uncovered on this voyage is they also have like I forgot, Dine and Dash is what it's called, which is part of the diner. And they have actual rotating menu there that you can go up and they can plate it for you. The day we went, it was Indian cuisine. And my brother-in-law tried it and said it was great. I tried a piece of chicken. It was good. And then they have a sweet spot there.
Where you can get pastries and dessert.
Yeah. In addition to that, they have the pizza place, which is their pizza restaurant.
Mhm.
They also have the Dock House, which they serve
Small plates.
small Mediterranean cuisine mostly. And then they have another place near the pool. I don't remember the name because in 3 voyages, I haven't made it to it. I think it's like a salad creation place.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
That's made it's usually open during lunchtime by the pool. And then I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh,
Lick me till I scream.
Lick me till I scream. No, it's Lick me till I scream. Which is what they essentially replace the pull down machines or the paid for ice cream that you might get on other cruise lines. It's just a full scale like ice cream shop that's also included in your fare.
And they rotate the flavors.
Yeah. And then they also have the social house, which they have free popcorn. We didn't play arcades this time. Free popcorn. And then at times they do serve some things there that you do have to pay. And there are some free foods there as well.
Yes.
We've never ate there. But the food, there's plenty to eat, first of all. Oh, excuse me. It is on Do Not Disturb. I don't know what happened there. So there's plenty to eat to the point where we haven't ate everywhere on 3 voyages.
We've ate at all the specialty restaurants.
No, we haven't gone to the test kitchen.
Okay, we haven't gone to the test kitchen. You didn't say the test kitchen in the specialty.
Oh, that's another restaurant. Test kitchen. See, I thought we were missing one. But you were ready to go to the galley and you even skipped away.
Well, the galley is big.
The galley is big. So to recap, major restaurants, The Wake, Razzle Dazzle, Extra Virgin, Gun Bay, Pink Agave, and the Test Kitchen. So there are 6 dining restaurants on board. The pizza place and all that other stuff we mentioned, you can just walk in whenever they're open, grab something to eat there.
Yes.
The food is the best food I have had on a cruise line. It is the best food I've had when I've traveled around to other cities. Like the food on board
It's delicious.
is delicious. And when we booked our first voyage, we said, if anything else fails, everybody talks about the
How good
food.
the food is.
So at least we'll be well fed.
Right. The friends that we brought along, a lot of them are foodies and some of them are very specific because they like to cook and all of these things, and they enjoy the food for the most part. Like, I'm not going to say that you're going to love the food in every restaurant because everybody's palate and taste is different, but for a majority of the places, the food is delicious.
Yeah, like for me, my top restaurant is Pink Agave, which is the upscale Mexican cuisine. It is, I mean, it's so good that it got me to try things I wouldn't try normally. I tried this tuna thing at Pink Agave, which my sister thought I was going to die because I was eating tuna. She's like, you don't know if you're like allergic.
But you eat tuna all the time.
And this was raw.
Okay.
I don't know.
The shrimp at Pink Agave and that mole sauce is
I didn't try the shrimp.
because you don't eat shrimp.
Yeah. A little too adventurous for me.
But yeah, the food is amazing. The food is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we could say.
I mean, it'll pertain to your palate. Do you like Italian more? Then maybe Extra Virgin would be a better suited for you. Like for me, when we went on the first voyage, I wasn't really feeling gumbe, which is the Korean barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to say that his creeped up to number 2 on my list of restaurants. The experience, the food, it's just, for me, it's great. And I'm not even a big, like, adventurous food person. I tried seafood there too. Wow.
You did.
Now that, I did not take the seafood. What was that called?
I don't know.
It was some kind of corn dog. So the food is amazing. I don't think you will be disappointed. If you don't like something, you tell them you try something else on that menu.
Yes. All right, we're going to move to question 3 because we're going to be here for 2 hours again. What's the total cost for 2 people? I want to go, but it seems so unaffordable. The pricing varies, but I would suggest buying ahead of time because they do run deals and specials. Also, they do have what they call Uplift, which is similar to what's the one that starts with
It
A?
doesn't matter. Uplift is a payment system where you can put your cruise on it and you
Pay
can
over
it off-
time.
Pay over time. Typically at zero interest, which is why we do it.
Yes. So it is a way to help you spread out the cost. If you're going with a second person, of course, like that can also help spread out the cost. And I know people are like, this seems really unaffordable, but when you look at compared to other cruise lines, when you look at all the stuff that's included with Virgin, because you get like Wi-Fi for free, which other cruise lines charge you for, and it's not like slow Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because it's interesting with not our new friends, but our friends that came on for the first time, we didn't say anything about the internet. Because if you Google Wi-Fi on Virgin, the people have you believe it's a 0 out of 10. And we didn't say anything to the folks with us, and they all said that the internet worked for them just
That's
fine.
fine.
And that's the basic one. You can also buy up the premium, which is actually pretty reasonable for a cruise line in terms of cost. But I don't think you need the premium unless you want to stream music or something like that.
Right.
So going on to what Sean said, Wi-Fi is included. There is no tipping on board.
No.
So when you buy a drink, there's no tip added to it. There's no cleaning tips that you're charged before you get on per day. You get all 6 of the dining restaurants and everything else that's included in terms of food for free. Oh, they have grab and go foods that are also available. Salad, sandwiches, desserts. You can just go in a cooler, grab it, and go back to your room.
Yes.
And room service. Forgot that too. So I think the cost outweigh, because when we total another cruise on another cruise line, compare it to Virgin, we're either at the same or paying more.
Right.
Once you add in all those little hidden things,
Right.
do you want Wi-Fi? Do you want
The gratuities.
the gratuity
are
that you have to
added.
pay? Every drink has like $1 and some change upcharge because of a tip. And I'm not saying crew members don't deserve the tips. Virgin just pays their crew at a more equitable rate than what other cruise lines pay, and doesn't have them depending on tips.
Right. Which I think is another reason why the crew is so happy or seems so happy and so eager to help and
Yeah.
are so friendly on Virgin.
100. So I would say don't travel in the busiest times of the year as well. Springtime is very busy, so prices go up. Summer is probably kind of in that range, depending. Like early summer is probably still pretty cheap. Late May, early June. The deeper you get into summer, it's going to go up. Then September, October, it's pretty cost effective as well. So I think when you look at the price point, it is a little bit jarring. And we did have that jarring moment when we booked our first one. But then once we were on board, it was like, oh, this is it.
Right. And I would say just watch their website because they do run specials and deals all the time. Like right now, they're running 70% off a second sailor, and that's from now until I think January.
Yeah. And up to $600 bar tab.
Right. So they, along with you buying your fare, they usually give you bar tab and they will give you sailor loot, which is onboard credit. So even if you're paying a little bit more for the cruise, you're going to have money to drink already. You're also going to have money to spend on board already.
Yeah. Chances are you'll get bar tab over sailor loot. But
Yeah.
it depends on the package that they're. Also check in with some Virgin travel agents. Some of them have even greater deals. I think we can link somebody onto our. I forgot his name. So we'll link somebody in the comments, not the comments, the description that we know off of Instagram. He just became a certified travel agent with Virgin Voyages. And I've seen him actually have a little bit more things that you can get for your costs. So definitely check him out. But I really do think the value of the cost supersedes the price that you're paying. Like, you trust me, go. You will come back with a voucher to book your next one.
Yes.
The next question is, we just answered that. What do you like the most about going on a cruise, and what don't you like? This is a little bit more general in nature, but cruising for us, I think, is just a one-stop shop. That's how I see it. Once you get on board, you have nothing else to think about, essentially. About maybe where you're going to eat, drink that night, but you bring your bags on, you unpack, and that's it.
Some people don't like cruises because they like to spend more time in a certain place. And I understand that. But for me, land-based trips or trips where I have to fly out to somewhere, get a hotel, worry about where I'm going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is costing me more money. So yes, I may be able to stay in a place for a bit longer and explore it for a bit longer. But with a cruise, I have a place to sleep. I have a place to eat my meals. If I want to go out and explore, I can either do that on my own, or I can book something through the cruise line that will also help me see and explore the area that I'm in a timely fashion. Yeah. It's just that everything is included and I'm paying one price and I'm getting a lot of value out of that one price.
I would agree with all that. It's convenience, and who knows, maybe you visit an island or a location where you're like, oh, I want to come back. So you at least got a taste of it.
Right.
Before you just go somewhere randomly that you don't really know.
Right.
I think. And again, the money for the value is what keeps us coming back.
So what don't you like about cruising?
I think Virgin has fixed some of those things for me anyways. Like all the nickel and diming that I feel I get on Carnival and Royal, I feel like Virgin has kind of put that to bed for me. And that's kind of what I don't like about cruising. You pay the price, then when you get on board, you already have like a $300 bill because you had to tip this person, that person, and you got charged for this Wi-Fi. So I think Virgin has fixed some of those things that I didn't enjoy. Also, getting kicked out of your room at 8 a.m. before on the last day is just asinine to me. Virgin also reversed that. You don't have to be off the ship till 10:30. What about you?
I guess Virgin has fixed some of those things for me a lot. I would say like people can definitely ruin the experience. And I know that's hard to get around because a cruise ship is full of people and it will be full of different people. But for the most part, we've been on 3 voyages with Virgin now and have never really had a problem with other people.
No. In fact, I feel shocked when people are talking to you in a calm, friendly way.
Right. But yeah, I guess that's it. The things that you mentioned as well, they have kind of been fixed on Virgin.
Yeah. Like Virgin definitely took what are pain points of a regular cruise line and tried to flip it around.
Right. Question number 5. Who was the most drunk this time and last time? This time and last time? This time was definitely him.
It was 100% me. I was drinking as soon as I got up. It's terrible. I don't even drink that much, but
yeah, it was you.
It was definitely me. I mean, I got on board. I hit an espresso martini. Then the sail away party. I may have had 7 to 8 cups of. I don't know because
he's not drunk right now.
I'm not drunk right now.
I know he's slurring, but
I don't remember because like people kept handing me champagne flutes, and then a lady came around with the bottle and poured more into the bottle. So I lost track at some point, right around 4. Champagne does mess with me quickly.
Just so y'all know, if he wasn't buying this, like
no, I was not.
At Sail Away, they give out free champagne, and
they're generous.
You can have as many as you want. For that limited time that they're giving it out.
1 hour. Get your glasses in 1 hour.
Get it while it's free.
You know, you paid for it technically.
Last time, I don't know. I don't know.
I think last time we were pretty tame. Like we'd have it doesn't take me much to get hype with one drink.
That's true.
But this time was considerably a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of drinking. I mean, you're going to see it in the vlogs, to the point where we took a short excursion with Virgin. And it was a drinking excursion.
Oh, yeah, we did a bar crawl in Cozumel. That was...
You definitely have to watch the YouTube on that because it was a fun time was had. Shout out to Poppy Omar down there in Cozumel. 10 different tequilas. Gonna have me rolling out of there.
Omar. Yeah. Are you taking the next one?
Sure. I just
Number
have to
6.
reignite my phone here. What are the shows like? Do they compare to Royal and Carnival cruise lines? And then there's like a sub question to that. What's the entertainment situation like? I've heard mixed reviews.
The shows are very different than what you would see on other cruise lines. I know that some cruise lines focus on like Broadway shows, some
musical reviews, like 80s, Latin.
So the entertainment on Virgin is very, I want to say, methodical, and like they are representing their clientele to a certain extent, because it's very much about millennials and life and how we're all doing and getting through it. And it's a lot, right? But they do it in such a way that makes it great. And I don't know how to explain, because some of their shows you just can't explain. And our friends were asking us, like, we went to go see Ships in the Night, and they were like, what is this about? Before the show started. And I was like,
can't explain it.
It's hard to explain. But then at the end of the show, they all loved it.
I think that was number one for most.
I think it was.
And let me tell you, comparing them to other cruise lines, I don't know who is responsible for casting on Virgin Voyages. If you are watching, whoever does that, we would love to have you on the podcast.
Yes.
We have been on 3 voyages, 3 different casts for all the shows. Some of the most talented people I have ever, I can hear the rubber bands from my aligners. Some of the most talented people I have ever seen in my life perform. All shapes, all sizes, all colors, all genders.
That is what I love about their casting, is that it's not one specific body type. Now, when I go on Carnival, because that is the cruise line that we usually do the most, whenever it's time for entertainment, we're always like, is this going to be a good cast? Is there going to be a good singer? Is there going to be a mediocre singer? Like, it's all over the place. And then most of the time, they all kind of fit the same mold. But on Virgin, there's so many different, like he said, ethnicities. There's so many different body types, and everyone is killing it.
Killing it. And this is not step 1, step 2, step 3 dancing.
Oh, no.
This is complex dancing, from all the way to contemporary, all the way to hip hop. I cannot tell you, every time I see the shows, I'm like, where the hell do they find these people? And I just applaud Virgin for, 1, stepping outside the box and creating their entertainment. And 2, finding some of the most talented people. And when I think about all shapes, all colors, all sizes, you think about a lot of theme parks and cruise companies that hire certain colors, certain heights. And these people are getting this opportunity to do this on a cruise line and just absolutely killing it. It is crazy to me.
The other thing about Virgin is that they have grown from the first time we took them until now. A lot of people complain about, them not having enough entertainment at nighttime, or things where, like other cruise lines, you would have like a singer or a band playing here and there. And Virgin has listened, and they have those things now. Also, we have the Happenings cast, which is like their version of a cruise director, but instead of having one person, they have
11.
11 people.
They've reduced now because, yeah.
But they're all in charge of different things and different activities. There's a drag queen on every ship known as the Diva. She has her own show. She also has bingo with the Diva, which is a lot of fun. Like, the entertainment is very different. And in some ways, it's the same as other cruise lines. You will still have like your trivia things, but it'll be done in the Virgin way.
Yeah.
You'll have bingo. It'll be done in the Virgin way. So like, you have the things that you're used to, but most of them are going to have a twist.
Right. They've added comedians now. We didn't get a chance to see it, but it seemed like it was also being done in the Virgin way. They also have another show that's kind of a variety show of different acts. So you can have somebody who's a magician or juggler or a silk worker. I mean, their entertainment is phenomenal. And I don't think you would be disappointed. Now, if you're mostly into Broadways and the singing of the 80s songs or Latin review, which is what most cruise lines do, then the entertainment here might not, I don't know. Give it a chance is what I would say.
I say give it a chance. And then, and every show is not going to be it for everybody. Like Untitled Dance Show is like one of my favorite shows. And I know sometimes I'll see people walk out because I feel like they don't get it. And that's okay. Everything isn't for everybody. But the entertainment is just different from what you would find on other cruise lines. Yeah. And I enjoy it.
That's the only one where you were able to record. So if you go look at our vlog series, once it starts coming out, that's the only show you might get a glimpse of because the other ones are strictly non-recording.
Yes. All right. Number 7. What's your favorite part of cruising with Virgin Voyages? Easy. The vibe.
The vibe.
And I know that is like, that's a weird answer or it doesn't really explain it. But again, you can't really explain it. You have to experience it.
Listen, let me tell you. Virgin ships don't have the bells and whistles that you're going to see like Icon of the Seas now, the world's largest cruise ship has come out. The water slides, the ropes courses, the little fancy thing shows with the pool and all. Virgin doesn't have any of that. Mm-mm. And that was one of our concerns on the first try. And you will never be bored. I never found myself bored now, 3 voyages deep. I've realized that I don't need those bells and whistles. And I feel like those bells and whistles are there for lacking for something else now.
Well, they're there because...
Well, they got children.
Because, yeah, you have the kids have to do something.
Keep the kids entertained.
They would be destroying the ship if they were on Virgin because they were like, what do I have to do? Yeah. Like,
I mean, to the point where Virgin gives you all of the fitness classes for free. And people are like, who the fuck wants to work out on vacation? We did. And we picked one of the fucking hardest classes we could have picked, which was a hit circuit. I thought I was going to die at the end of that course. But I mean, you find yourself doing these things that you may not have done on a regular cruise. Like Virgin has just set a bar for me that I don't know that I can look left or right to another cruise line at this point.
No.
Like I still want to try Norwegian, but then I'm like, am I going to be stuck in this realm of, Virgin would have done this or Virgin would have done that? Oh, I have the next one.
Yep.
What number?
Number 8.
Do you feel Virgin has created a space where the LGBTQ community? Yes.
Yes. The ship is just, the cruise line itself is just very LGBTQ plus friendly. Again, that's reflected in the sailors. Is also reflected in the crew. And when I say sailors, I mean passengers. That is what they call the passengers. They call them sailors. It is super gay friendly. It is, I have heard it described as a gay cruise with straight friends. Like it is, it's a safe space for, like we said, for the passengers and the crew, because a lot of the crew is also LGBTQ. Mm-hmm. And you will notice them around. And that's why we say you can't really be that macho, homophobic, like asshole on these ships.
No, absolutely not. It's such a safe space that when I look at staff or their crew, I feel like having members of the LGBTQ plus community is not something that is, I don't know what word to use. Scary is not the word. Like they see it and it doesn't bother them. There's been times where we have been on Carnival where you can feel just a little uncomfortableness with our housekeeping person. Never felt that on Virgin in our last 3. Like the crew is the crew. They don't look at you as, ooh, 2 men are here. Or look, there's 10 men here. I wonder what's going on. They welcome to Extra Virgin as Limbert welcomed us from the Dominican Republic. He was just there to be, he was happy we were there. He was ready to tell us about the menu. He didn't give a crap who we were dating, who we were with, and what our lifestyles was. He was here to make sure we had the best dining experience ever. And I can't say that for Carnival and all of its crew. There is some uncomfortableness there with the LGBTQ plus community. Virgin, haven't felt it in my last 3 voyages. From other people we've heard, hasn't been felt either.
It's not an issue. Like if you go to the club and you see 2 men dancing or 2 women dancing, nobody looks at it funny. There were so many gay couples on this cruise, both
dancing,
lesbian and gay,
intermingling with the straight people.
With the straights.
I'm not saying they were swingers. Okay, calm down.
No one was saying that. But it's just
a comfortableness.
It's a safe space, and it is like they very much encourage you to just be you. Yeah. Just be yourself, whatever that is. Just be yourself.
I mean, from debarkation, they're like, we're Virgin Voyage, or embarkation, or sail away party. They're like, we're Virgin Voyages. We do things a little differently around here. From the moment they do that sail away party.
I mean, one of the main draws of Sail Away is that there is a drag queen there. And there is a drag queen on every ship. How could this not be a safe or space or a community created for the LGBT?
Yeah.
Cara,
who's the diva on this voyage, was
Cara
like,
Couture.
No heterosexual stuff. Did you say bullshit?
Something like that.
I'm like, yes. So yes, it is an overly safe, but I'd say it's safer than maybe even going into a gay club at this point.
My turn?
Yeah, number 9.
All right. How is the service the third time around? Still top notch? Yes. Service is probably one of the biggest reasons that I like Virgin, besides what we've already named. It doesn't matter which restaurant. It doesn't matter who's at customer service. It doesn't matter if you just have a question. Everybody is so helpful. Smile on their face, willing to help in any way they can. Always service with a smile. Always, can I do this for you? Prime example, I was in the galley. Manny went to go get to the bathroom. I was getting my breakfast. I didn't have anything to drink. A manager came over, asked me how the food was, if everything was okay. Did I need anything? I said, yeah, I'm gonna go get an orange juice. And he's like, I'll go get it for you. And he's like, you want ice? And I was just like, okay, sure. Yeah, I love some ice. The manager went and got me a cup of OJ and brought it back to me. Our friends joined us. Mm-hmm. He kind of did the same thing for them. He was like, can I get you anything? Now, on other cruise lines, I would have seen the manager send someone over and, help us out or whatever.
Yeah. And typically it's not something that's done because there are self-service stations in the galley.
Yeah, I was going to get up and go get it.
And it wasn't just a manager. Like, we went once for dinner into the galley and he wanted to get us drinks. And I just felt so uncomfortable because I'm like, the machine's right there. I can seriously get the drink. I don't want to put you through that. But he went and got drinks. Like, if you want to talk about service, it's the little things that really elevate the experience on Virgin. The willingness that they'll do something as simple as going to get you a drink when the machine is literally right next to me.
Right. There was another instance where I was trying to get all of us seated for brunch on a busy day. And, the girl, when it got the manager, she came up, she talked to me. she was very nice, and she tried her best to find us a table, and she couldn't, and she felt bad about it. And I told her, no worries. Thank you so much for trying. And she was like, if you come back tomorrow, we're less busy. I can get you in. And it's just, I feel like a lot of them go above and beyond. And they really do try to make your experience the best experience.
100%. 100%.
And I cannot say that for some of the other cruise lines.
Cannot. Ever come across creepy people on board? What weird shit they do? That's on Carnival. And even Royal, when we went that time, there was some questionable things happening. On Virgin, the craziest thing we did see this last voyage, there was some kind of film crew on board. I don't know if they're sponsored by Virgin.
I'm not going to give them film crew, but go ahead.
Yeah, they had this poor boy walking around with a camera and a backpack the whole trip.
And it was their phone. It wasn't like a camera.
Right. They came into the club, put their camera in the middle of the club, and they were live streaming and started doing fake twerking because they couldn't twerk. I'm going to call it fake. That's probably the craziest shit I've seen up to date on Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, everybody was looking at them like, what the hell is going on here?
Like we were all having a great time. Everybody was dancing. And then everybody just started navigating away from the camera because they're like, one, we don't know where this is live streaming on.
Yeah.
And it was the PJ party. So people in their PJs. That's probably the craziest shit I've seen up to date up till now.
Yeah.
After that night, we never saw those people at the club again.
I have never really seen any creep or got any creepy vibes for anybody on Virgin.
No, absolutely not. It just goes back to that vibe. I don't know. Maybe once you get on board, there's something in the air that you sniff and they have you intoxicated the whole time. I don't know. But going back to our cruise history, we have seen some things.
Yeah.
On Carnival. Lots of things. And but I haven't seen it on Virgin. Just have not seen it. The creepiest thing for me, remember that one time some guy started following me out the club? You don't remember? It was with Amanda. It was a guy that was trying to dance with us, and we kind of like
I kind of vaguely remember.
That was probably the creepiest thing. I'm like, why are you following me?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't creepy people. Maybe there are, but we just have not.
No, I mean,
run across anybody.
So the creep level is not high, if there is any, because if not, you would have encountered it. Because we have encountered it on Royal and Carnival.
Yeah. And last but not least, what's one thing Virgin does super well, and what area they may need some improvement in? Super well. I think we've named so many things they do super well. Yeah. From service to creating a safe space to having amazing food. The one area I feel like they need work on is music. Two things: music and group bookings for reservations. The music. So they switch out DJs every 2 weeks.
Just about, yeah.
So there'll be 2 DJs on board. So those DJs might have their own flavor or what not. This cruise wasn't as bad, I would say, as like our first cruise.
Yeah, our first
as far as music goes.
Yeah, it's definitely improved.
I just feel like we didn't hear a lot of current things.
Yeah, like we were playing Bad Bunny from like 2 albums ago. Come on.
Right. And then I didn't hear any Renaissance, which there
was no Renaissance.
Not happy about.
We were still playing, what's that song?
Usher.
We still playing Usher. Like, I get it. Those songs get people hyped, but you also want to hear something that's a little bit more current.
Right.
And there's a way to intermingle that.
I won't say they weren't playing any current music because they played Tyla, the Water song. Some new, it was old Cardi. I think they played some new Nicki. They played Ice Spice. So like they did have some current, but like it should have been more than what it was.
I agree with you. Yeah. For me, I would say, what do they do well? Their entire operation. From the moment you board to the moment you leave. I've never boarded or left a ship in such unstressed fashion.
No, it is. It is very. It's a whole. It's a different God vibe. And I hate to keep
I mean,
saying it.
the fact that I can walk off the ship at 10:15, rolling my bag off, is wild. That is something I would never venture on another cruise line because I'm just going to get run the fuck over. For me, also the music and the group bookings, they encourage groups, but they have not found a way to centralize group dining reservations, which made a little bit of work for us once on board. But every manager we talked to went above and beyond. But I think that's two areas they can work is expand their musical demographics and also learn how to incorporate those group bookings a little bit more seamlessly.
Yes.
Because we tied all our reservations together, but we still had to find ways to book the reservations for dinner.
Yes.
So. And obviously if you're traveling with 6 or 4 people, it's not that big of a deal, but it's the larger groups. So, but those are the questions you have submitted. We thought we'd take this episode a little bit differently because our last episode on Virgin Voyages really broke everything down. So if you really want to go back and evaluate that or get more of a sense from that, go back episode 60, Spelling the T on Virgin Voyages. Also on our YouTube page, it's our old branding, the Moss Podcast.
Yes.
But we broke it down there as well, more in depth from a visual perspective. Or just wait and see all the fun that's coming up in the next couple of weeks as we bring you my birthday bash.
Yeah. But that was it. We had fun. We had a great time.
Had a blast.
I will say, shout out to Charles, Miguel, David, Marlon, Annette, Carlos, Salif, Christian, Gia. And that's the squad.
That's it?
That was everybody. I didn't mean that.
Is it David or Marlon?
Yeah.
Okay. Blast.
You will see them all in the vlog. This vlog is about his birthday and it's more about our experience, but they are there, so you will get their take and experiences on some things as well. I didn't want to focus or put anybody on camera too much because some people might not like that. I did ask permission if everyone wanted to be on camera and they were all fine with it. But you'll get to see them experience different things and us all hang out.
Yeah, it was an absolute amazing trip.
Yes.
Again, if you want to learn more about Virgin Voyages, please feel free to DM us, comment us. We are unofficial Virgin Voyages ambassadors. I think we just provided, if we take 7 new sailors, among the other countless sailors who have talked to us that did not go with us, but have booked their own voyages.
Yes.
We have now seen them on multiple voyages. So we are calling ourselves the unofficial.
Look, Virgin, we've been out here hustling for you for free.
Listen, I don't need you to pay me for nothing. Just
you don't gotta pay me.
Give me a little acknowledgement, a little bit of Richard's rooftop. I'll be okay with that. That's if you're in the Rockstar Suites or whatnot. But I think you should check out Virgin Voyages. They have different sized cabins, so if cost is a thing, maybe you just do an ocean view.
Or if you're traveling alone, they have single cabins.
Those book up quickly.
They do because they don't have a ton of them. But if you just want to, half that price and you're just going on by yourself, you can get your own cabin.
Yeah, we saw an ocean view cabin for the first time this cruise. It's bigger it's bigger than what I seen on Carnival. They also put a bench on the window, which I thought was really cute. Whereas most cruise lines we've been on, they're like, do not sit on this window sill. So definitely explore the pricing. It's just a vibe, y'all. You have to experience it to believe it.
Yeah. And like you said, we will link to a travel agent that we know and, maybe reach out to them and see if there's any deals going on, or if you have a specific time frame in mind, maybe they can help you out.
So yes, we'll check out the travel agent that we're going to recommend to you. He may have more insight on deals that are coming, or may even be able to give you some more sailor loot, or I don't know, whatever he can do. check him out. He is completely certified on Virgin Voyages.
Yes.
What is his name again?
Deshawn
Deshawn.
on Instagram.
We'll link him in the pod descriptions, and then we'll tag him on Instagram, and he also has a YouTube channel as well, so we'll tag him there as well.
Yep.
Thanks again for joining us. We don't have time for an issue today because who wants to talk about issues after a wonderful vacation?
No one. No.
But again, thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode and got you a little more insight on Virgin. We, again, wanted to do something a little different because we broke it down so much last time. We're like, let's just ask questions this time. But follow us on all our socials at MASXP23. We're on all of them. You can also find our podcast by searching that either on YouTube or your favorite streaming service.
Yes. Go to all of those and follow them for updates of when the train videos will be out, as well as the vlogs. But you can also get in touch with us through email. That is mannyandsean@gmail.com. That's MANNYANDSHAWN@gmail.
You heard Virgin? Just email us. Never mind, we'll email you.
Or DM us, whichever one you prefer.
I can't keep tagging you. I feel weird.
No,
Like a stalker.
I'm going to tag you forever.
That's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week again with another fresh episode because, we have to recover now.
Yes.
No more traveling for a while. I am going on a water detox.
As we always say here on the Manny Sean Experience,
Do something good for yourself.
and then do something good for someone else.
Like booking a Virgin Voyage.
Yeah, take your friends. I mean,
Take your friends.
make them pay, but
Yeah, don't pay for that. Then she get real pricey. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye. We hope to see you on the next episode. And don't forget our vlogs will come out within the next couple of weeks.
Bye.
Peace. Bingo with the diva. I think I can do that.